Welcome to how to repair a vintage Mamod SE1 engine. This is part 1, the inspection. I'm starting the day with watching a bit of Keith Appleton running his vintage workshop type steam engine on a cold fire boiler. First we're going to inspect this. This is the water leveling valve. This shows you when you fill the boiler, you take this off and you can see how much water you have in your boiler, since this engine does not have a sight glass. I'm going to fit a washer to it. Now, does this one fit? Yes, it does. So now I'm going to take this and screw it back onto the boiler. The reason why I'm putting the washer on it is the original one had completely worn out and it was leaking, and a leaking boiler is never a good thing. So that was the water valve. We're now moving on to the safety valve, and the thread on it is so worn out I can literally turn it, take it off by hand. So now let's have a little inspection of it. And wow, that's a sad sight, isn't it? It's so slack I can push it with my... I don't have to use a lot of force to push it. Let's have a look at these springs. That's a bit of a sad sight. Not good. I think one of the springs has worn out so much it's just lost its springiness. So this is now trash. This is another part of the engine I've had a problem with. It's the bolt holding the steam pipe to the boiler, and it was very slack and leaking, so I'm going to take it off to see if we need to put a washer on it or if it's okay to be left, because it might be a case of that it's very slack. And yes, it's very slack. Now let's have a look at the engine itself. And now this is quite a rattle fit, so this is really quite annoying when it's running, because all you can hear is clang 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 clang. So what we're going to do, we're going to see what's the matter with it. But apart from that, the engine all seems to be pretty good. The cylinder wobbles perfectly, and the grinder, that's just fine. Not bothered about the grinder. And all the steam pipes, they seem to be okay. No wobbling, all pretty good. So now let's sort out this horrible rattle fit. The rattle fit problem was quite a hard thing to fix, so I had to do it off camera. But right now I'm just giving the boiler a little bit of a polish with some wet towel. You can see the dirt's coming right off it, which is just what I want. I now discovered another problem with the engine. It grinds on the shaft, which is quite annoying. So I'm going to see if I can fix that. I'm just going to play this video over again so you can hear closely the sound, which is horrible. Now, one thing I'm going to try is flooding the bearings with oil. So then hopefully the oil will seep into the parts that are grinding together and will hopefully fix the problem. However, I found out after this that it didn't. So now I have a very oily engine and a very oily desk and a very oily workshop, which is just what you need on a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to try and slacken off the bolt holding the pulley down, and however, whenever I try to do it, the engine would just move and the pulley would move and everything would just slip, and then I'd slip over, then crack my head open, then I vomit and everything, and it'd just be a whole palaver. However, I've got these things which came in my grandpa's toolkit that I was given when my granny moved out of her house. So I'm going to stick, luckily there are holes in the side of the engine holder, so I'm going to stick it through there, through the firewall into there. See here, my ingenious suggestion is working. It is now locked in place. I'm Albert Einstein. So that's the end of part 1. I hope you enjoyed that and learned something from it. Part 2 will hopefully come out very soon when I get some spare time. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found it useful.